Tata Metaliks is surging after a strong second quarter performance. Joining us to discuss the quarter gone by is Sandeep Kumar, the managing director of the company. To begin with, sir, the first question that I have for you is we have impressive set of numbers now. Top line is almost at 40% that we have seen. Could you just let me know the volume growth for both the segments, that is pig iron as well as ductile iron pipes?
You know, the pig iron sales has seen a 30% jump compared to quarter one of this year, which is compared to 52,700 tons. It has moved up to almost 82,000 tons. And if you compare that to the corresponding quarter of last year, it was at 66,000 tons. So we've had a good jump in pig iron sales. Okay. As far as the ductile iron pipe sales are concerned, it's been an improvement over the same quarter of last year, from 38,000 tons to almost 45,500 tons, 45,600 to be precise. But that's a slight dip compared to quarter one of this year, which was at about 49,000 tons.
Sure. With this, I'd like to understand what explains the fall in the ductile iron pipes business, the sales sequentially.
So the ductile iron pipe business saw a slight dip in quarter two on account of two reasons. One is, of course, the seasonal factor. It is the monsoon season where the project site work gets impacted, and therefore the movement of pipes also gets impacted. The other, I would say, important reason was the GST, implementation from the 1st of July. As you might know, ductile iron pipes, mainly for government project work, was excise duty exempt earlier. Now, with GST coming in, 18% impact was coming in on the industry and on the projects, and therefore there was a lot of uncertainty as to how this would get absorbed, how this would get accommodated, and therefore, particularly in the month of July, I think the entire industry got impacted. As clarity set in over the last few months, things have become better, and therefore the sales have improved. But quarter two was majorly impacted because of that. But despite that, we did not see a very significant drop in sales. It was only a marginal drop from 49 to 46,000 tons.
Sure. This great set of numbers, but then the margins remain pretty much flat at 14 to 15%. Probably the contribution of pig iron sales has gone up despite ductile iron business being a profitable venture. Could you make us understand the change in the strategy here?
You see, from an EBITDA percentage level, compared to quarter one, the EBITDA percentage moved up in quarter two, both for pig iron and ductile iron. Though on absolute terms, the EBIT was much more improved for pig iron than for DI. So just to give you some numbers, the EBIT level for quarter two for pig iron was 27 crores as against 19 crores in quarter one. But the ductile iron was almost stagnated at 28-29 crores in both the quarters. Now, the major reason for this is that you had your prices were fixed. But as the pig iron prices moved up, the transfer price from one division to another is market linked for us, so as to ensure that the segment revenues and segment profits are, clearly captured, and that's what we report in our annual results also, in our quarterly results also. So therefore, your cost moved up for ductile iron pipe while your prices were fixed. So that impacted the EBIT to some extent, and to some extent we were able to cap that by improved cost efficiencies. But overall, you can see it has stagnated. But as we go forward, things would get better because we will be able to sell hopefully more volumes, because quarter two was not so good, as I said.
Sure. The last question that I have for you is the volume target that we've set for both segments for this financial year.
Yeah, so we have been able to reduce our, costs both in the pig iron and ductile iron division in this quarter. And going forward, we will be consolidating on that as some of our structural cost reduction projects have been have stabilized, which had been initiated last year, most of it. So the cost efficiencies should go up as we go forward into quarter three and quarter four. And as far as the order book is concerned, we already have an order book with fixed prices for the next, 6 to 8 months. So that side is not so much of a problem. Currently, the commodity prices are falling, so the port prices are falling. So as of now, things look good for us on the ductile iron side. What could perhaps get impacted to some extent is pig iron, if that also falls. At the moment, that hasn't fallen so much.
All right, so we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for talking to BloombergQuint.